If you're over 60, stop scrolling for a second and really lock in, because what you're about to hear could completely change how you move, feel, and age over the next 10 to 20 years. Before we dive in, do this right now. Hit like so this message reaches more people your age. Subscribe so you don't miss the next Senior Health video, and tell us in the comments how old you are and what country you're watching from. Your interaction helps this kind of content actually get shown to the people who need it most. And it tells the algorithm that people over 60 are paying attention and ready to take control of their health. For years, most people have been told that walking is the gold standard exercise once you hit your 60s. Go for a walk, get your steps in, and you're doing enough. But new research is starting to tell a very different story. Walking is good, but for many older adults, it's simply not enough to keep strength, balance, brain function, and independence at their highest possible level. There are 5 specific exercises that can deliver more strength, more stability, better circulation, and even sharper thinking than a basic walking routine. And they take less total time. These movements don't require fancy equipment, can be done at home, and target the exact systems that tend to decline as you age: muscle strength, joint stability, balance, bone density, and coordination. Imagine this. Instead of worrying whether you'll need a cane at 70, you're still getting up from chairs easily, climbing stairs without pulling on a railing, catching yourself if you trip, and carrying groceries without feeling wiped out. Picture yourself traveling, playing with grandkids, or just moving around your home with confidence because your body actually feels trained for real life, not just for shuffling around the block. That's exactly what these 5 exercises are designed to do. So again, before we jump into the details, pause for a second, like this video, subscribe, and drop a quick comment telling your age and whether you currently exercise or not. It keeps you engaged and helps others your age see they're not alone. Now let's go through each of these 5 movements and break down exactly how to do them, why they're so powerful, and how to progress them safely, even if you feel out of shape or have not exercised in years. Follow along mentally, and later you can replay, pause, and actually practice them step by step. Starting with number 5, wall push-ups with a hold. At first glance, this looks almost too simple. You just face a wall and push, right? But when done correctly and at the right tempo, wall push-ups become one of the most effective ways to rebuild upper body strength, protect your shoulders, and train your reaction muscles that help you catch yourself if you stumble. After 60, upper body strength doesn't just determine whether you can pick up a bag or open a jar. It affects your ability to push yourself out of a chair, support your body if you trip, or even stabilize yourself when reaching or turning. Losing this strength is one of the main reasons everyday tasks begin to feel harder. Here's exactly how to perform wall push-ups with a hold. Stand about an arm's length away from a stable wall. Place your palms flat on the wall at about shoulder height and shoulder width apart, fingers pointing slightly upward. Your feet can be together or a bit apart, whichever feels steadier. From here, slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall, keeping your body in a straight line from head to heels. Aim to bring your nose or chest close to the wall without arching your back or letting your hips sag. Once you reach that near wall position, pause and hold for 3 to 5 seconds. During this hold, you should feel your chest, shoulders, triceps, and even your core working to keep you stable. Then, press back to the starting position over about 2 seconds, fully extending your arms without locking out your elbows hard. The magic of this movement is the combination of slow lowering, the hold, and then the controlled push back. That extended time under tension tells your muscles they have to adapt and get stronger. You can start with 5 repetitions, resting as needed, and gradually work your way up toward 10, then 15. If this feels too easy, simply step your feet further back, so your body angle becomes more diagonal and your arms must work harder. If it feels too challenging, step closer to the wall so the angle is gentler. Over a few weeks, you'll likely notice carrying groceries, pushing doors, or getting up from the edge of the bed feeling more solid and controlled. Before we go on to the next exercise, pause the video for a moment, like if you haven't yet. Subscribe so you don't miss upcoming senior-focused routines, and write in the comments which part of your body currently feels the weakest: arms, legs, back, or balance. Sharing that helps shape future content specifically around your needs, and it also keeps you accountable as you start improving. Moving to number 4, seated leg lifts with resistance. This might sound like an easy chair exercise, but done correctly, it directly targets the muscles that control your walking speed, stair climbing, and ability to get up from sitting without using your hands. The key muscles here are your quadriceps at the front of your thighs, your hip flexors near the top of the leg, and your core stabilizers that keep your trunk from wobbling while your leg moves. Traditional walking doesn't load these muscles enough to stop age-related decline, but targeted seated lifts do. Start by sitting on a sturdy chair with a straight back, feet flat on the floor, and knees at roughly a 90-degree angle. Sit tall with your chest gently lifted and shoulders relaxed, not slumped. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair or on your thighs for balance, but avoid pushing down to cheat. Begin with your right leg. Tighten your thigh and slowly lift your foot off the ground, straightening your knee as much as is comfortably possible. The ideal target is to bring your leg up so it's roughly parallel to the floor, but even lifting a bit lower is fine when you first start. Hold this extended position for 2 seconds, feeling the front of your thigh working hard. Then slowly lower your foot back down, but here's the important part. Do not let it completely rest on the floor if you can avoid it. Just tap the heel lightly and go right into the next repetition. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on one leg before switching to the other. Keep your back pressed gently against the chair back so your core muscles engage instead of letting your lower back round. Once you can comfortably reach 15 repetitions per leg, you can begin adding resistance. That might mean using light ankle weights, starting from 0.5 to 1 kilogram, or looping a resistance band around your ankles to increase the challenge. Over time, this kind of unilateral, one-sided training corrects imbalances between your right and left legs, which is crucial because most people favor one side without realizing it. Those imbalances can cause limping, joint wear, and a higher risk of tripping. Progression is simple. Every 2 weeks, slightly increase either the number of repetitions, the time you hold each lift, or the resistance. For example, week 1 and 2, you might do 10 reps per leg with body weight only. Week 3 and 4, you raise it to 12 to 15 reps. Week 5 and 6, you add light ankle weights and go back down to 10 reps, then build back up. Over a couple of months, you can see real changes in how easily you climb stairs, step off curbs, or stand up from low seats. Now take a second and engage again. If this video is giving you practical step-by-step actions instead of vague advice, hit like so more people over 60 see it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. In the comments, answer this. On an average week, how many minutes do you actually spend exercising? Being honest with yourself is the first step toward real improvement. Number 3 on the list is standing heel raises with a balance challenge. Your calves are often ignored until there's a problem. Swollen ankles, heavy legs, poor circulation, or unstable steps. Yet strong, active calf muscles are essential for maintaining independence. They help pump blood back toward the heart, stabilize the ankle joint, support balance when you stand on one leg, and power that quick push off your body needs to recover from a stumble. If your calves are weak, every staircase, every uneven sidewalk, every sudden change in direction becomes more dangerous. To perform basic standing heel raises, start by standing behind a sturdy chair or countertop. Lightly place your fingertips on the back or edge just for balance support, not to pull yourself up. Your feet should be hip-width apart, pointing straight ahead. From this position, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet as high as you comfortably can. Imagine trying to grow taller through the crown of your head as your heels lift. Once you reach the highest point, do not immediately drop back down. Instead, hold for about 3 seconds, focusing on engaging your calves and keeping your ankles from wobbling. Look straight ahead rather than down at your feet, which challenges your balance systems more fully. After the hold, slowly lower your heels back down to the floor over another 3 seconds. This slow lowering, called the eccentric phase, is where a lot of strength improvements happen. Start with 10 repetitions and see how your balance feels. As you get stronger and steadier, build up toward 20 to 25 repetitions. When that becomes comfortable and you can do it while barely touching the chair for support, it's time to add the balance challenge. That means performing heel raises on one leg at a time. For the single leg version, hold the chair lightly with one hand, shift your weight onto one foot, bend the opposite knee so that foot is off the ground, and repeat the same rise, 3-second hold, and slow lower. Start with just 5 to 8 repetitions per leg and gradually build up. This dramatically increases the load on the working calf and forces the ankle, knee, and hip stabilizers to coordinate. Over time, this strengthens the exact movement pattern your body uses when catching itself after a trip. A powerful, fast push from the toes to recenter your weight. Varying the speed of your heel raises also matters. 2 days per week, do them slowly with that 3-second hold at the top and 3-second descent. 1 day per week, perform them at a slightly quicker tempo. 1 second up, 1 second down, while still maintaining control. That variety challenges your muscles and nervous system in different ways and prevents your body from hitting a plateau. After a few weeks, many people notice lighter feeling legs, better balance when standing to put on pants or socks, and less fear of losing footing on steps. If you're still watching at this point, it means you're serious about staying strong and independent. Make that commitment visible. Like this video right now, subscribe, and comment with this simple phrase: I'm training for independence. Writing it down is a small mental contract with yourself to keep going. Now, number 2, modified squats to a chair. This movement might be the single most important everyday action you can train because it mirrors something you do constantly. Sit down and stand up. When this basic motion becomes difficult, everything feels harder. Getting off the toilet, rising from the couch, getting out of a car. Once a person can no longer stand from a chair without using their arms or someone's help, their world shrinks dramatically. The goal of this exercise is to keep you far away from that point. Begin with a sturdy, stable chair that allows your knees to be at about a 90-degree angle when you sit. Position the chair behind you. Stand in front of it with your feet about hip-width apart and your toes turned slightly outward. That slight outward angle aligns with the natural structure of your hips and helps protect your knees. Cross your arms across your chest or extend them straight in front of you for balance. Stand tall with your chest open and your gaze forward. From this stance, initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward first, as if you're trying to gently close a car door with your backside. This hip hinge is crucial because it shifts more of the work into your powerful glute muscles and hamstrings instead of dumping all the stress into your knees. As your hips move back, bend your knees and slowly lower yourself toward the chair over about 3 seconds. Keep your weight centered over your midfoot and heels rather than your toes. When your backside touches the chair, do not fully sit or relax. Just lightly kiss the chair with your hips, and then immediately press through your heels to stand back up over about 2 seconds. Squeeze your glutes as you reach the top to finish the movement strong. That's 1 repetition. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions, resting as needed, and build up gradually to 15 to 20. If your knees are sensitive, pay close attention to form. Hips back first, knees tracking in line with your toes, and avoid letting your knees collapse inward. Once you can do 15 good quality repetitions with a standard height chair, you can progress. One option is to use a slightly lower surface, such as a firm ottoman or lower chair, which increases the depth of your squat and the challenge on your muscles. Another progression rests in adding light hand weights, such as small dumbbells or even water bottles, held close to your chest. The goal is to work within a range that feels challenging, but does not cause sharp pain. Mild muscle fatigue and effort are expected. Joint pain is not. Over time, this exercise not only makes getting up and down easier, but also increases lower body power, which is the ability to move with a bit of speed. That's what keeps you from going down in a fall and what allows you to react quickly when your balance is threatened. Take a moment here to check in with yourself. Which of the exercises so far, wall push-ups, seated leg lifts, heel raises, or chair squats, do you think will be hardest for you? Put your guess in the comments. And if this breakdown is giving you practical techniques you can use today, make sure you've hit like and subscribe so you always have new, senior-friendly routines ready when you open the app. Now we come to number 1, the bird dog hold progression. This might not look like a typical senior exercise, but it may be the single most complete movement you can do for aging well. It trains your core without stressing your spine, improves balance, enhances coordination between the left and right sides of your body, and challenges your brain in ways that support memory and spatial awareness. It also plays a major role in protecting your lower back and increasing stability in everyday movements like reaching, turning, and walking. To start, you'll need a comfortable surface such as a yoga mat or carpet. Begin on all fours, with your hands placed directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers slightly to create a stable base. Keep your neck neutral by looking down at the floor between your hands, not craning your head up or letting it droop. Your spine should be in a neutral position, not dramatically arched and not rounded. Imagine a straight line running from the back of your head to your tailbone. From this stable hands and knees position, initiate the first phase of the bird dog by slowly lifting your right arm straight forward while simultaneously extending your left leg straight back. Your goal is to create one long, straight line from your fingertips to your toes. Keep your hips level. Resist the urge to rotate or lean to one side. This will feel much more challenging than it looks, because many small stabilizing muscles and deep core muscles need to fire together. Hold this extended position for about 5 seconds while breathing slowly and steadily. Then gently lower your hand and knee back to the starting position and repeat the same motion with the left arm and right leg. In the beginning, you might wobble or feel like your arm and leg can't stay perfectly aligned. That's completely normal. Your brain and nervous system are learning how to coordinate the left and right sides of your body through what's called cross-lateral patterning, the same type of pattern used when walking. The more you practice, the smoother and more stable the movement becomes. A good starting goal is 5 repetitions per side, holding each for 5 seconds. The power of the bird dog really appears when you use a structured progression. Week 1 and 2, hold each bird dog for 5 seconds per side and focus entirely on maintaining a level pelvis and neutral spine. Week 3 and 4, increase the hold time to 10 seconds per repetition if you can. Week 5 and 6, add a small pulse at the top. While in the extended position, gently lift your arm and leg an extra 2 to 3 centimeters, and then return to the straight line position, repeating this tiny motion a few times during the hold. This subtle pulse recruits even more muscle fibers and sharpens your control. Week 7 and 8, if you feel safe and steady, you can occasionally try closing your eyes during the hold. Removing visual input forces your inner balance systems and joint sensors to work harder, deepening the training effect. Bird dog progressions do something unique. They challenge your muscles, your joints, and your brain all at once. Many people notice not only reduced lower back discomfort and improved posture, but also better awareness of their body in space. Tasks like turning to look behind you, carrying something on one side, or walking on uneven ground start to feel more secure and controlled. As you become more comfortable, pay attention to your breathing throughout each repetition. Take slow, deep breaths through your nose, allowing your rib cage to expand and your abdomen to gently brace. Avoid holding your breath. This kind of controlled breathing improves oxygen delivery and helps your deep core muscles support your spine more effectively. Another advanced tip is to imagine reaching your hand as far forward as possible, while simultaneously pushing your foot as far back as possible, as if someone is gently pulling your arm and leg in opposite directions. This intentional, full-body tension spreads effort across your entire system, improving strength gains and stability. When you put all 5 of these exercises together, wall push-ups with holds, seated leg lifts with resistance, standing heel raises with a balance challenge, modified squats to a chair, and bird dog hold progressions, you get something far more powerful than a simple walking routine. Walking is still good for general health and mood, and you don't need to stop it. But these movements target the specific weak spots that walking barely touches. Upper body pushing power, thigh and hip strength, ankle stability, core control, and integrated brain-body coordination. Here's how to combine them into a practical weekly routine. Aim for 3 to 4 sessions per week, with each session lasting about 20 to 25 minutes. A sample session might look like this. Start with 5 minutes of gentle warm-up, marching in place, shoulder rolls, slow arm circles, and gentle ankle circles. Then do wall push-ups with holds, 2 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions depending on your current strength. Next, seated leg lifts, 1 to 2 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions per leg. Follow that with standing heel raises, 1 to 2 sets of 10 to 20 repetitions, progressing towards single leg variations as you become more stable. After that, perform modified squats to a chair, 1 to 2 sets of 5 to 15 repetitions. Finish with bird dog holds, 1 to 2 sets of 5 repetitions per side, focusing on controlled holds and smooth breathing. As weeks go by, you can increase the number of repetitions, the hold times, the resistance, using bands or weights, or the difficulty of the variations, lower chairs, single leg work, closing your eyes briefly in bird dog. The goal is not perfection on day one, the goal is slow, steady progression. Your body is capable of adapting and getting stronger, even at 60, 70, or beyond, especially when the exercises are chosen specifically for your stage of life. And remember, a shorter, focused 20-minute routine that you actually stick with will outperform a vague plan to walk more that you abandon after a week. Now it's your turn to take action. If this script has given you clarity and a concrete plan, do 3 things right now. First, like this video so more seniors can discover that there are options beyond just walking. Second, subscribe so you don't miss upcoming routines, modifications for joint pain, and nutrition tips to support your training. Third, go to the comments and answer these questions. What everyday activity has become harder for you after 60 that you'd most like to improve? Getting out of chairs, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or keeping your balance? How many minutes do you currently exercise per week, honestly? And which of the 5 exercises are you going to start with today? Your answers help shape future content specifically around your needs and also serve as a personal commitment. You're not just a passive viewer. You're someone actively choosing to stay strong, sharp, and independent for as long as possible. Start where you are, use these 5 exercises consistently, and over the next few weeks and months, notice the small wins. Standing up more smoothly, walking a little faster, feeling steadier on uneven ground, and trusting your body again. Like, comment, and subscribe, and keep coming back, because this journey of aging powerfully is just getting started.